Good morning, Bitcoiners. I'm in a different spot today. I am starting a vacation and I'll be in a different spot again tomorrow. I'm at my mom's place here, one of those senior living communities. I don't know how many Bitcoiners there are here. I'm a boomer, my mom is a pre-boomer. She was born in the 1930s. And I just want to talk about her spot a little bit. It's great for her. It's like she loves it so much. After my dad passed, she sold our family home that we lived in for, my entire childhood, and she lived in until she was, in her 70s. And she moved into this place, and it's like a cruise ship for old people. She did pretty well for herself. She's not rich or anything like that, but she's got a good spot for herself. For me, it's terrible. It's all fluorescent lights and Wi-Fi and everything that I don't want from a fiat kind of world. But for her, it's awesome. She has so many people she likes to hang around with. It's like been a little renaissance for her. So I don't judge. What's right for people is right for people, and this is what's right for her. Anyway, it's a bullfrog. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's a Simulation Sunday, my favorite day of the week. And what we're going to talk about today is, I think I want to talk a little bit about the kind of the shape, the geometry of the simulation. And again, the guy that I like to follow for simulation theory is Jason Brashears. He's got a YouTube channel. It's a big channel. Called Archaics, at Archaics138, and his model of the simulation is a mathematical construct. And if you look at some of his videos, he's got a whole playlist for baby phoenixes, he calls them, and that's where you want to probably start. But the shape of the simulation in this framework, in this model, is an Ouroboros, which is a snake that's swallowing, or serpent really, the world serpent, like in Norse mythology, that's swallowing its own tail. And that's because in the simulation, in this model, the beginning, right, is contained within the end, and it loops around. So what you see is an event that occurs to start off the simulation. Because in this framework, the way Jason looks at it, and I think this is not a bad way to do it, is that someone made this simulation, some entity. And they used the physics and the world of a real world and created the simulation with that kind of history. So, when people talk about the universe and the Big Bang and all the things that are outside of this local simulation, when you look at the sky, all that stuff came from somewhere, right? It's pretty detailed. There's a lot there. But it's not it's just a light show for us, And what's here in this simulation, in this realm, is, this Ouroboros. And in his model, the whole thing kicks off with what he calls the Adam and Eve reset. That's when, God created the heavens and earth in 7 days, that whole deal, right? So that starts the whole thing. And it's a reset. It's not a brand new world. And even if you read closely in the text that we have now, it says it's a reset, and it's the reason why it's called a new heavens and a new earth is because it's so different from what was around before. It's a real big reset, right? In Jason's model, there are big resets like that. Not as big as the Adam and Eve reset, but there's big resets about every 500 years, to be specific, every 552 years. And we're coming up to a big one. It's actually two that are coming up, in 2040 and in 2046. And on a Simulation Sunday, someday we'll talk about those. But what happens is, And that's why in this simulation, you have texts like the book of Revelation, which is not a Christian or a Jewish document. That actually goes back to antiquity. These prophecies, this revelation, it's been brought into Christianity and was brought into Judaism and given a flavor, by those religions. But it's really an ancient text, probably one of the most ancient. And what it says is that the end is contained within the beginning, like that the tail is contained within the mouth of the Ouroboros serpent, right? So that's what happens, and the simulation resets about every 6,000 years. It's really, there's an actual number, right? And the number is a factor of 138, because 138 is the fine structure constant, or the Phoenix number in Jason's worldview, in Jason's model, in this mathematical construct. So we're coming up, we're not quite there yet, but we're coming up on the big reset. 2040 in Jason's prediction is going to be a big one, this Phoenix event that happens in May of 2040. And that'll be interesting because we're Bitcoiners, right? How will Bitcoin do 15 years from now when this reset happens? And I want you to think about a couple of things. One of the things that the elites do every time there's a reset is they go underground. And what story is bubbling up now? This literally is, from the books, that have been written, it is the time of the apocalypse. And my friend Nolan calls it the fiat apocalypse. And his new show is called The Great Awakening. And I know that Nolan is not a Jason of Archaics guy, right? But in Jason's model, where we stand here in this repeating cycle, this Ouroboros is right near where the mouth and the tail meet, right? That's it. And the interesting part about it is we are in a great awakening in this model. This is the time when things are revealed. That's what an apocalypse really is. If you take away some of the negative connotations, it's a great revealing. It's an awakening, and that's what people are awakening to right now. And in Jason's model, 2020 was the breaking of the first seal. And that's the whole thing that we saw in 2020 with the jabs, and what happened then. And he's got great videos on that if you want to look at it. Right now, we're in the second seal. They happen every 4 years from now until the big one in 2040. And we're in the second seal. And the metaphor of the second seal, if the metaphor of the first seal is the jab and the white rider, the metaphor of the second seal is the fiery orange rider. And the second seal is when peace is removed from the earth. Things like the LA fire, the LA riots, all the stabbings that have occurred all over the world, particularly in Great Britain. If you look around, the Paris Olympics is full of stuff. All the Olympic ceremonies, they're all full of it. So, that's where we are right now. We're in this great awakening. This fiat apocalypse is what Nolan calls, but it really is just an apocalypse, right? That's what's happening. Things are being revealed. And what's being revealed? Well, I'm going to tell you right now what I think is being revealed. I think what's being revealed is that we are immortals, right? And when this big reset occurs, some people are going to get to leave this simulation and move on to another one, because this really is just a training ground, testing ground for souls, right? And some people who are going to be awakened to the fact that they are immortals and that this is a simulation are going to have the opportunity to move on. They're going to beat the big boss of this simulation, of this video game, right? Whatever you want to call it, and move on to the next one, right? And that's what's going to happen in the next 15 years or so. And that's what's happening because we're almost at the point where the mouth is grabbing the tail, and some people are going to have an opportunity when that mouth opens up, which is that's my metaphor anyway, for what happens in these big resets, to slip out and to move into another simulation. Who knows? The metaphor of the Ouroboros is an ancient one, and I think that that is the shape of this simulation. And I think that things are coming to a head, or a tail, however you want to think about it, right? I'm going to make my reveal now. So what we are awakening to and what people haven't quite gotten yet, and Bitcoin is a part of this, right? And this great awakening is what, that Nolan is saying, this fiat apocalypse, this great awakening, is what's happening. But here's what people are awakening to. If you're still with me, they're awakening to the fact that they are immortal souls, right? And that this whole thing is a scam. And the biggest scam, and I'll talk about this in a video probably next Sunday, the biggest scam is that the story of this infinite universe, and you're a speck, an insignificant speck in an infinite universe. That's the real, evil story. That's the evil of this simulation. That you're meaningless, you're a speck, and you whatever you doesn't matter. It does matter. You are the leading player in your story, and all of that bullshit, sorry kid show, to make you feel small is the real evil in this world. Because this world is for you. It's for everyone, right? But it's for you in particular to test you and to train you and to make you a better immortal soul. And the fact that you don't know that you're an immortal soul, right? And that this is all important, and it's urgently important, and you're not some speck in an infinite universe. That's the real story, and that's what you have to awaken to. And when you do, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the next simulation is going to look like. I don't know what's going to, maybe you'll Jason likes to say you're going to wake up, after you die, and, at the end of this simulation, go, man, that was wild, right? And you'll remember all the lives that you led here, right? For the last 6,000 years, right? And you're going to go, man, the lessons I learned, I was a man, I was a woman, I was a slave, I was a king, I was tortured so many times, and I lived that life where I found my soulmate, and we loved each other so much, all those things, right? Because it's a training ground. And if you're an immortal soul, you have to experience everything, and you have to learn from it. And you have to become a being that's wise enough to help the oversoul, the creator, who's in continuous creation mode. You got to help that being, right? By becoming a creator yourself, right? And that's the big reveal. And that's where we're coming to it's awesome. That's where we are in the world right now, if you think about it that way. And what I love about Bitcoin is Bitcoin gives people hope. And once they go down that rabbit hole, and you can start to peel back the layers of the onion, because you have a place to stand, right? That lever that you can use becomes really powerful. Anyway, Simulation Sunday is awesome. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll be in a different place tomorrow. I'll be in a really cool place. You're going to love it. Talk to you then. Peace.